and you see the color of the raw data signal is here. So it's quite a good, well, the percentage of noise. So this is good.
This is good, low percentage of noise.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's the first thing you did. He synchronized with the Bluetooth signal, battery level, noise level. Now he clicks OK and fires up the analysis. Live session, 50 hertz filtering, critical, you got to tell him whether you want 50 or 60 hertz filtering.
Okay.
Then he clicks start. Right. But this is very nice. Raw EEG data, 2 channels, alpha, beta, and your alpha is 7 to 12 hertz, and Patrick has a little bit of alpha there. He's going to make me close his eyes in a minute. And Patrick, go ahead. So this is actually getting good now. So the blue sticks in blue here tells you which harmonics are in golden ratio to the alpha. You start with your alpha, you're at 8 hertz, and which harmonics are in golden ratio to that are displayed in blue. The harmonics that are in octave ratio to that are displayed in pink. And if you have an octave cascade, it's more often telepathic.
Now I open my eyes, I'm moving, so okay.
Go ahead, Patrick.
Okay.
Whoa. I'm delighted we finally got this on the screen.
Yeah.
This is a lifetime of work here, guys. This is my Bliss Tuner. Bliss Tuner originally sold for $2,000 to $3,000, and this does more and costs 10%, 15% of that. The app is like $200, the hardware is $250, and it does lots more.
One of those old ones, yeah.
That's right.
This
This is the Bliss Tuner. And world in demand. Everybody wanted this. This was the next step after the old Mind Mirror. How many are old enough to remember the Mind Mirror?
And in fact, you can make,
The Bliss Tuner.
you
And now
can,
the Bliss Tuner is followed by Flame and Mind. Well, remember, the Mind Mirror, they used to display what they called transcendence. Was actually golden ratio alpha to beta, but they didn't label it golden ratio because they didn't know.
Right.
But their display, their graph of the shape of brainwaves that was transcendence was golden ratio. But they didn't label it golden ratio because they didn't know.
Yeah, it was all shape, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was about shape. So I took the Mind Mirror and perfected it.
Yeah.
And that was my Bliss Tuner, but that was too expensive.
Right.
And it also didn't do all, we do 100 other things
Oh,
that Bliss
geez,
Tuner
yeah.
didn't do.
And you needed the
Yeah.
pads and the gel
You
and...
need a gel and pads, and this is like putting on sunglasses. All you need is a little water where the rubber touches behind your ears.
Oh.
And now Patrick's
you
extended
see
that
that, well,
to 4 channels.
that's what I showed yesterday. So it's a recording, I'm playing back a recording. So, it would be easier, and you will see, yeah.
And this is showing the 4 channel now, is that right?
Yeah. Yes, this
ahead,
is
go
with
ahead.
the 4 channel, because
What have we got here?
so- so you have here in white the back part of the brain, 2 channels, so left and right brain, and in yellow it's the front part. So the game of the flow is to get rid of the front part of the brain and have beautiful cascade. So a big cascade between the lower frequency here.
And remember when you said the back brain is where you got the psychokinesis, and that's what Patrick is confirming, the back brain is where the fun happens, but now you can see whether you're stuck in here or here.
You see, it's beginning. The flow is beginning, so we were getting more and more alpha and also theta. And the more you will, this one will reduce here, and you will get green around it. It means that the front wave is disappeared.
So 4 channels of input, your back of the brain and the front of the brain, is that right?
No, there are two different colors.
Oh, I see.
You see, this is the back. You see here in red, this is the back, and you see the slow wave which are
Oh, I
coming.
see.
This is 1 second, and the front there is nothing. The front is the small one is in yellow, and the back.
This is the raw data. It's amazing.
Yes.
You can see actually the raw data and the power spectrum
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the cascade and the
And you see
ratios.
the slow wave which are appearing. Big.
It's powerful.
So what numerical values do you get out of this after you average 5 minutes or whatever?
Well, you could average the amplitude of this peak,
You
but
could average
actually
everything.
nobody keeps alpha for 5 minutes. If you did 5 seconds,
Well,
done. Go.
No, but here you get it. When you're in the flow, you can stay for minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, so could you, what kind of number, Patrick, what kind of numbers do you get? Average?
Good question.
We
Oh, okay.
it's new. This kind, you know, in the beginning we were just looking for ratio in this part, in the lower part of the spectrum, because Dan asked me to look at golden ratio.
Yeah, of course.
And we get, while I'm doing, well, some kind of good meditating states, we get this, this famous golden ratio. So it's possible just, we can just display, well, so let's say, well, let's display phi ratio, you see. Each time we have a phi ratio, we have a blue line. And this blue line appearing here. And this is a recording of what, a time recording of what's happening. So the number of blue lines that we get, so the phi ratio, the number, we can also show octave ratio.
And you can store these data sets and email them to your friends and exchange them and
Yes, yes.
label them and mark them.
But you must have the app, but we can share data. Yeah.
And
You
there's
see, these are
accelerometric
octave ratio, which are appearing here in pink.
Those are octaves, yes.
Yeah.
You see the accelerometer working on the position there where your head is? You can actually tell when your head's still. Imagine the power
It's
of
possible also to display the gamma band. So the gamma band is here, and you see we have some peaks also. While we have big peak here in the theta, most of the time we have something in the gamma also, which is appearing.
Yeah, and gamma is like only the Bentons usually get there. Yeah.
Wow.
This is fabulous.
But you see that this is a little bit accelerated. Yes. But you see the number of peaks that are in. When you're in the flow, you're most of the time with big peak in alpha wave and theta wave.
And later when you open and close your data sets, you play it like a tape recorder right from here.
That's what we are doing.
Oh yeah, that's what we're doing. Play
Yeah, yeah.
This,
That's what we are doing. So I can pause and then
and
up.
find the peak of it, and you can label it.
you
This
see?
is where he kissed you.
Put a
you know?
marker, yeah.
Put a marker.
Okay. You can put markers. Yes, yeah.
That's wonderful. So I'm so glad we got here. I think we should cheer. An option that we've included was my idea, and Patrick was genius to implement it. In flameinmind.com is what we call life force measure. But we don't mean that we're measuring your body directly. We're measuring the capacitance or the charge resonance of the space. For example, you can measure whether the Schumann harmonics are getting into the tree. Yes, go ahead.
This is a record that I've done in a small apartment in Paris where Danet's place is Therapy Device. And this is what happened before the action of therapy. So these are the wave the peak which are coming in the spectrum. And once the therapy is on, you see you get these beautiful peaks cascade which are coming, and this is a few times after it's still there. So it stays in the room. I can show you the.
In other words,
How long after was the last one?
was it a couple minutes later, Patrick?
Yes, I think so.
So this, see, we
Okay.
originally built this to measure for electrosmog in your space. You can determine how dominant the 50
So this is before, and then we start the small power of therapy and increase. Yeah,
It's cranking up the therapy.
yeah.
Here it goes. Turn it up.
Yeah.
And then a moment that. Poof.
So this is the capacity, and this is still showing very strong 50 hertz.
That's frequency?
Yes, these are labeled. The frequency's labeled. It's hertz.
Yes, yes.
Well, up to 62 here. Yeah, okay.
I
And so
can see,
this is a power spectrum of the weak capacitive field. The way, for example, Callahan measured tree health. And this device is beautiful for measuring tree health. You can actually predict which ones are going to die. And you can actually measure what's killing them. A metal fence near a tree, pointing at the tree, will put a harmonic in that tree that prevents Schumann from reaching that tree. It's very measurable. It's measurable.
These are recording of tree.
Now this is good. Thank you, Patrick.
Oh, I see numbers. What are those numbers?
So these are relative amplitudes of the peak. This is
Average?
We're doing a spectrum analysis of 1 to 5 microvolts, which is what the brainwave preamplifier does. And we see the harmonics in that tree. And actually, in one of these, we had a good Schumann harmonic, I think. There's the 8 here, there's a 12, 6. we're finding a lot of 22. Now here we are a long way from a building, so none of this is electrosmog in terms
Yeah,
of...
there is no 50 hertz.
There's
yeah.
no 50 hertz there.
And these are experiments that were done with Jan Schlosser.
This is Juan Schlosser, Sasha's
yeah.
partner
In
Bali.
different kind of bamboo, but we are still he has made a lot of but unfortunately we didn't have the time yet to cross all the information, but it seemed very interesting.
They're confirming the concept that if you tune the building with biologic material, you produce harmonic cascades related to Schumann, and after you measure that, then you measure the rate of seed germination, and you prove how the bamboo building causes a seed to grow and how the rebar in concrete building causes a seed to die. You measure the seed dying, then you measure the harmonics, and you correlate, and we've done that, and the details are on the web, flameandmind.com, light force measure. And that was done by Juan Schlosser.
This is when we went in Visoko. In fact, we have checked when there are pyramids, we have checked different places to see what kind of frequencies are generated, and almost everywhere we get something just above 50 hertz, and it was everywhere around. And in fact, it seems that also Jan Schlosser got this kind of frequency coming in secret space, in beautiful space. And we were looking for this frequency because we didn't find a lot of information about it.
Remember, 50 hertz is perfectly phase counted.
Yeah.
60 is not.
And in fact, what we have noticed is that most of the time, even if we have 50 hertz and if you are in a quite good environment, we get something about 52, 53. And if it's a bad environment, we get 56. So everywhere there in Visoko, we got something about 52, 53.
This was Valerie and Patrick went
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And so the work underway here, it's well documented they're getting dramatic healing effects in these pyramids. And we're looking to prove that the charge cascades are the mechanism.
Yeah. And so we were looking for something above 50 hertz, and in some publication, it is very difficult to find. It seems that there is a peak.
This is the
Yeah.
classic analysis of Schumann
Yeah.
harmonics in the conventional scientific literature. And these cascades, first of all, they're golden ratio related, and if it's a healthy tree, you get most of those harmonics there. And you can measure the health of the tree and your body by checking for those same harmonics, and that's called grounding.
And this is some kind of sun analysis from AFMAT, and in fact, it seems that we found something. You see?
Oh, the 52 hertz.
Yes. So this is Schumann here.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have harmonics, but you have something there. But they didn't measure this part, so they don't care about it. So it's a first step. Now we have to investigate more with.
Patrick, what do the sensors look like?
The sensor in that case is this. So that's
We are using
You put that on a head, you don't put that on a
on
plant.
a tree. Oh, yes.
Yeah, put it on a tree.
So you're wrong.
Oh, no, I'm asking.
No,
Yeah.
you're quite wrong.
That's the sensor.
You're quite wrong.
In the tree.
I'll show you pictures of it hanging in a tree. It works wonderful.
Oh, in the tree.
In
No,
the tree. You
yeah.
hang in a tree, it works.
You-
You mean on the branch?
Yes.
Yeah,
In the air.
In
Yeah,
air.
in
Oh,
the air.
air. So
No,
you-
not inside. Huh?
Hang it in the tree. Wonderful. We're spectrum analyzing one microphone.
The easiest way is to have you have put yes. Yeah.
I don't want the other stuff.
No,
This I want.
you need that. Yes.
And if you put it on a tree that's been cut,
Different changes.
This will lose both. So this was fabulous.
Well,
Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah, welcome. Like that we did it.
We did it all.